Hello from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Josh Heneger with Madison Records, and I'm going to introduce to you today a brand new video series we're going to call Madison Mondays. Every Monday we're going to be teaching you about what we do on a daily basis. Today's episode is about education in the music industry and why it's important that musicians are educated and talented. Enjoy!
Hey everybody, it's Ken Stortz. I'm the president of Visible Music College and the president of Madison Records. So excited to be with you guys today. And why is music education important? For musicians, you should learn your craft, learn how to play well, but also you should learn about the history of music, find out about bands and artists and composers from the previous time to influence the total musical input you have, so your musical output can be more sophisticated, better songs, better breadth of music, different styles. And also there's a whole element of following through something, a system and a procedure in music education that helps you be an accomplished person who finishes projects, gets used to doing things on time, and just gets more of a life of dedicated output, so that you don't just kind of play music when you want to. You play music all the time. It's a part of your life, and you are educated about how to express that stuff. So a talented musician sometimes gives their gift haphazardly when they write music when they feel a certain way. They get up on stage and perform. When they leave the stage, they don't have as much impact. They're just displaying the gift God's given them. A talented and educated musician is able to plan ahead, develop more opportunities, finish accomplish projects together, collaborate with more people, and also serve something bigger than themselves. A talented musician might just, here's me, I want to show you me. An educated musician sees the larger community of musicians and larger community of the church, the culture, and serve something bigger, some message that's bigger. I'm educated about how I'm going to impact culture with my music, which is doable, but you need people. You need to have business and church and people with you on a mission to change culture. And the educated musician applies the gifts God's given them in a way that impacts culture through understanding relationship and finishing projects. So that's how I think talented and educated is the way to go.
Hello, my name is George Baldwin, and I am an associate professor of music business here at Visible Music College in Memphis, Tennessee. One of the things that I've observed in my career in the music business has been that it is changing exponentially. No longer can somebody simply just learn how to play guitar and that will give them a working capital income for the music business. Today they're going to have to understand not only how to play guitar, but how to record, how to license, how to manage, how to collect fees from a venue, how to talk with a publisher, how to talk with a performance royalty organization, because of the move towards independent musicianship and independent artists, that collapses everything into the lap of the individual artist. No longer are there people that do that job for them, as much as everybody needs to understand the various aspects of what it takes to earn a living while being a working musician.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Dr. Ashley Keith Davis, the keyboard division head here at Visible Music College, and just want to talk to you for a minute about music education and how important it is to study. And I want to first of all frame it up by quoting the Holy Bible, the Word of God. says to us in Hosea. It says that the people perish for the lack of knowledge. And so it's very important for us to, in all that we're doing, be it ministry or whatever, to be as well prepared as you can possibly be. Talking about this thing, music education, and why I think it's important to read music and to study and to know techniques and those kind of things. I frame it up by sharing with you a couple of experiences that I had, and it'll make sense. When I moved to New York several years ago, I was brought in to play a jingle, a Coca-Cola jingle. There was a shortage with the budget. They fired the orchestra, and I was asked if I could play all the orchestrations on synthesizer. They said, "Can you read?" And I said, "Sure." I had to be able to read because they scored all the music for the commercial. Do you read horn parts? Yes. Do you read string parts? Yes. I read all of the various orchestral parts. Well, at that time, I was struggling financially, but I stayed in the recording studio 30 minutes maybe. It took me longer to ride the subway than to get down there. And in the 30 minutes, I made $400 doing that. Recently, I played on a tour in Europe with some guys, with Peebo Bryson and James Ingram, The Temptations, Bonnie Tyler, and some others. And man, walking into the gig, first of all, before I even got the gig, the question was asked, "Do you read music?" And I was like, "Yeah." "Have you studied this? Have you studied that? Do you understand the styles?" And I was like, "Yeah." So in come these guys whose liner notes I read and who I've been a fan for a long time, and they all came in with packets of music. Not MP3s, not playing by ear, but putting music up on a stand and reading it and playing it, which by the way, that when I did that tour a week, I made almost $5 grand a week doing that. Sound good? It wasn't because my ear was all that great, but it was because I was a trained musician. It's very important to study, to learn styles so that you become diverse, so that you become equipped, orchestrating, with arranging, with not just songwriting, but being able to compose. And so, again, I'm an advocate of studying, and so I am encouraging you who's watching this. If you're stuck between worlds and considering doing music but not sure if you want to go to school or not sure if you want to study or take lessons not to do it, I am a poster boy and a believer that education plus hard work plus a drop of God's divinity, I would say, will make your dreams come true. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you. See ya.
We're going to conclude our first Madison Line Mondays with your guitar tip of the day. Remember, always play with a metronome. Keep that thing in tune and keep your stick on the ice. Thanks for joining us. Have a good Monday.